From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll set up to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Trenton Simpson brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. At their own 20-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 1. Swift going to try up the middle. A little juke. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Duvernay in motion. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Swift again. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the... And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's the tight end. It's your wide receivers. Everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
And again, it's Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, you know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 18 on the play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
18 Cardinal.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
16 more on that one and another first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Swift. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Swift going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Here's Jackson to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Tucker now to add the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Blues nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
60 Bobcat.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
21, Blues nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Hey, smash. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Now back to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Jackson's pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Come on, come on.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go.
Back to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Lamar changing the look. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Now the ball comes loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He has been a workhorse for this. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
13.
Now Jackson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. First and 10 as they take over.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
We are scoring on this drive. I feel it.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Hey, 31! Hey, 31!
A first throw now for the backup Watson. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 59! 24!
Back to throw, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
That's taken on the 25. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself, because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. Down the right sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So what a play there in the final minute of this first half. They get the interception. More importantly, their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, and that one play certainly changes the outlook, doesn't it? I mean, they're looking at going into the locker room. No points on the board. Not playing well defensively. Deflated. And now things may have changed for them.
Extra point by York is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already enjoying a two-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. Through the middle of the field. He may go. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. On 1st and 10, Watson. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Marquise Goodwin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Blues are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Blues 14.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. 1 second, all that remains. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan
no doubt making
Coachman
their final
at REA
halftime
Sports
adjustments as we speak.
Report.
And for the
Coach?
call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On the option to give to Swift here. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And a huge play that time. 58 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
The tackle made back at the 9-yard line.
Now Watson, he's going to move him around. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 49 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
At the 6-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And 3 yards on the carry there as this defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal.
York on for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
First down, and they go with Swift again. There he goes, right side. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Blues 17. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Jakeem Grant. He's inside the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
York now for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get... And now off to the races down the right side. How about this? And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. From the gun, here's Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
At the 7-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Jackson going to change things up a bit. One more time with Swift. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson His third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
42. Blues 24.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Middle.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And he is out of bounds here. 157 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. They will run it with Swift here. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Let's go. Take it to the house.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off of play action, it's Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
What's that?
The offense on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Watson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Let's go now.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
13.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second and 6 with the ball on the 7. Now Lamar changing the play. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
56, Blues 24.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? Nick Chubb. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he returns this to the 22.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Let's keep on down here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them.